Lads, welcome back to episode 3 of season 2 of the Havre Creator Cast. This week's guest is going to be Jay from YGO, fresh off the press. Man is super awesome. He's been in the Yu-Gi-Oh community for just a little over 2 months now, and he has been growing at an astounding rate. So today we're going to talk to him about his channel, how things have been going, and just get some insight from the man himself. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alrighty, welcome everyone to episode 3 of the Havre Creator Cast. Today we have on Jay from YGO, fresh off the press. My man, how are things going?
Things are going great, man. And again, thanks for asking. It's a pleasure to be on here. Heard good things about your podcast, just great quality content. And just to be on, it's amazing, to get to know your community and for people to get to know me as well. So I really appreciate the opportunity.
Man, we really appreciate having you on. So for people that might not have gotten to know you yet, because you are still pretty fresh in the Yu-Gi-Oh scene, impressively
Right.
so, do you want to give yourself a quick little introduction and kind of tell people what you're about on the channel?
Of course, man. Love it. Again, thanks for the opportunity. Yeah, my name is Jay. Or I go by Jay per se, socially. And that's how I like it. So yeah, I'm Jay, and I was born in New York, but my origins come from the Dominican Republic in the Caribbean. I'm a proud island boy. I like to put out that out there for people. Usually they don't know, right? So, I like to get that out of the way. But I'm also a family man, with a wife. Shout out to wifey and a beautiful daughter. That's definitely a part of me. And I just have a passion for Yu-Gi-Oh, man. And that can be displayed clearly via the content that I make on my YouTube channel. I always show passion in the intros. And then we started the Friday Fresh feature where, we're taking people from the community and just bringing them in for a market watch video. So I really like that. I'm just trying to change the game. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make things better per se. I'm just that type of person. I like to take something and just make it better overall. So I'm just adding my spice to it. But yeah, that's just who I am. I give good vibes, good energy. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I gotta say, you're honestly doing pretty good with the goals that you've set forward on. I mean, you're, about 2.5 months into this at this point? About there?
Exactly, man. Yeah, it's been a crazy ride for me. Of course, there's, every situation for everyone is different. There's people that are going to rise quicker than others. Others are, it's going to take time, more time or less time. It's a different journey for everyone. For me, I mean, it's been mind-boggling, honestly. The Yu-Gi-Oh community just been so heartwarming, and it's been, for me, growing so fast. We're basically almost at 1K in just under 3 months, 2.5 months, where, I've seen channels that, again, they have 6 months, a year, multiple years, and they're still in the hundreds, and maybe and again, it's not like, oh, it's all about subs and it's all about followers and how big or small is your community compared to mine. It can't be all about that, but at the same time, it's good to recognize that growth and the time span in which it happens. And to me, it's just been a crazy roller coaster per se. It's not like, oh, I'm going viral and I have tens of thousands of people. It doesn't have to get to that point, but we can still recognize the growth. You know what I mean? Where in just 2.5 months already reaching 1K, to me, is just a humbling experience, man.
Yeah, man. Like you like to say, your channel is going pretty parabolic. You're currently 13 subs away from 1,000. It's pretty crazy.
Let's get it, man. Parabolic, yeah man.
It looks like you're almost at that 100,000 view mark too, man. You are just popping
for real,
off.
Man. For real, man. It's crazy, man, and it's just humbling. Again, I just started. I had no expectations, man. But I guess people just like the personality, my phrases, and the ASMR little background sound and things of that nature, so we just trying to mix it up to change the game, as I say. And I'm just glad to be able to provide content and that people enjoy. I see the comments, the support, the likes. People just like, yo, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. I love your content. That's what I do it, man. I do to help others and to provide value, and that's what makes me happy, honestly, bro.
Yeah, no, it's just it's been really good to see that. It's nice to see the Yu-Gi-Oh community come together like this, and once again, you've just been absolutely crushing it. Really good to see. And you're totally right. It does go at different rates for everyone. It just it all depends, You might have a slow start for somebody, and the next thing, you're just going right up there, or you might have a really explosive start and then it slows down after a little bit. You just never know. It's up in the air.
Yeah, I mean that's the beauty of it. That everyone's gonna have their own journey. There's no right way to, go about it. That's why me, I just go with the flow. I came into it again. In my case, having no expectations, so I had nothing to lose per se. I thought I was just gonna put out videos out there, and if one person watched it, to me that would have been everything. And to now be actually creating a community so soon, and having a Discord, and the channel growing that in that fashion, to me it's just all come out of nowhere. But then that shows more about the Yu-Gi-Oh community. It's been so supportive, and just wanting to form part of a community. You know what I mean? It's just it's all about them. That's why, like I
Mm-hmm.
tell them, they're the straight MVPs. Just the way. You know what I mean? Because there's so many niche. Different niche around there. Financial, about sports, about this and that. But the Yu-Gi-Oh community, I feel like is tightly, like knit together. Providing that positive vibe, those positive energies, that just positive support. It never gets old for me, man.
Oh yeah, no, nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And actually, this isn't even your first run at a channel, right? If I remember hearing correctly on Saki's channel, you have two others. Was that right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I have two others. I mean, it's because one is in English and Spanish. Like I said,
Ah,
I come
yeah.
from the DR, so I'm an island boy in the sense I know Spanish. So I have an English and Spanish channel for crypto. And then when I made the Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm like, man, I could make a Spanish one too, but I'll leave that for the future or whatever, because it's too much already. You know what I mean? And I like
Oh
pushing
yeah.
out daily content. Yeah, on the English one, because that's the only one that exists for now. But you know what I mean? Yeah, I also have crypto channels, one in English and Spanish. And yes, bilingual investing, shout out. Yeah, it doesn't have the same traction as Yu-Gi-Oh, ironically, because we're in a bear market. It is what it
Oh
is.
yeah.
Yeah, over there in crypto, I don't like mixing things too much because I like keeping like the different niches apart. But I do recognize that some people that do Yu-Gi-Oh investing, they also invest in crypto too. So that's why I make sure over at the Discord that they know that I do have a crypto channel as well. So yeah.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, no, I'm
Mhm.
guessing. I'm guessing that prior experience of having other channels kind of helped guide you in this one a little bit, huh?
Man, you say it and you don't even know, bro. Like it's just crazy. I mean, man, I can relate to it so much in the sense that obviously it happened to me, but I mean, just from everything. I do everything myself. I do my own thumbnails. I do, again, I don't use scripts and things of that nature, but like other than for the intro maybe, just to make sure that that's on point and things of that nature. But like for the most part, I do everything, and it all came from those channels. So those channels never got the traction, or at least yet, that I would have wanted or expected. But then Yu-Gi-Oh, just using all that experience from those channels, bring it over here, and it's worked out, amazingly, man. And ironically, like that's why people, initially it caught attention is because of the background music. Ironically, I used that music for my crypto videos, and I forgot the first Yu-Gi-Oh video that I ever recorded. I forgot to take it off for that, and I was like, man, I'm not gonna erase the video. I already recorded half an hour with that music in the background. I'm gonna just leave it, and comes to show that that's what people love about my Yu-Gi-Oh channel too. So it's just crazy how the universe works.
Oh yeah, always. But I mean, hey, you're learning from. I mean, maybe not necessarily past mistakes, but you're at least learning from prior experience on other things to be able to help grow faster here. So,
Of
I mean,
course, of
all the
course.
more power to you. That's awesome.
Right, right. Yep, yep, yep.
So you were saying you don't really write scripts or anything for your videos. I mean, other than like outside of the intros, just to make sure those go smoothly. But how much planning do you typically put into a market watch? Because you do these things daily and you cover
Yo,
so many cards.
right? Yeah, man. Just like with today's video, it was crazy when I was getting through it. I'm like, yo, just looking at my content, I'm like, I could literally split this up into three separate videos. It's crazy, but I'm giving like all this value in a single video and essentially daily. And yeah, I'm just trying again. We're trying to change the game in the sense it's not like I'm the only Yugi tuber pushing daily content or
Oh
daily
yeah, oh
videos,
yeah.
but you know what I mean. But that's the thing. Even though the people that are, including myself, yeah, it's not easy. And usually the people that do it, they're like big YouTubers already. Like they probably have, a team set up. They have like people that work the thumbnails and people that work the different, episode ideas and things of that nature. There's no way to know for sure, but usually big channels, they have a plan, they have a team. In my case, I most again, like I said, most of it I just do it by myself. I usually do the planning the day before, but there's no like big, massive planning or any of that. I just go with the flow. Again, I plan the next day's video the day before. I just have an idea, but that's about it. You know what I mean? And I just go with the flow. Just skim through cards, do my research, and yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, in just in general, having knowledge of how markets work kind of helps influence your decisions too. I like no doubt, and just being able to keep
Right.
up with these trends and everything. Like, I imagine that's got to be the biggest challenge is just keeping up with all the news that's coming out like
Exactly.
crazy.
It is, and that was the whole goal of the Discord. You know what I mean? Just to create that environment, that community where I'm not the only one like researching stuff. We're all suggesting stuff for each other, you know, because everyone wants to win. Everyone wants to make solid investments. And then, you know, sometimes I just relay that information out to the rest of the community that watches my videos that are not in the Discord. So, yeah, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of research. But, you know, that's just the name of the game. And it's all about putting in that effort, you know, that work mindset and, you know, getting things done. So I love the challenge. And for now, it's been a crazy past couple of months. And I look forward to, you know, just having 3 months under my belt, then 6 months, then a year, you know, and we have big things coming for the channel. So, you know, that's the mindset right now.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate the hustle and the whole challenge mindset. There's an unbelievable amount of people who will start a channel, go at it for like maybe a couple of months semi consistently, and then once they don't see any results, they just kind of give up. So
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
sad.
yeah, it is sad. I mean, and honestly, I went through it, you know, with crypto, like I said, about 5 years ago. You know, I went through it myself, man. I released my first crypto YouTube channel. I made like 4 or 5 videos, and you know, it was too much for me. You know what I mean? At that point in
Hmm.
my life, I was like, you know, all nervous, all anxious, all this and that, and that's fine. We all go through that. That's just a part of the process per se. But now at this stage of my life, you know, I'm at a different place mentally, which allows me to, you know, just have that different mindset needed to maybe push out daily videos or, you know, to get through maybe being a little nervous or just putting myself out there and things of that nature. But I could totally relate, man. It's not an easy thing, but you know, a phrase that I go by is just choose your hard. You know, it's hard to not be a YouTuber and it's hard to be a YouTuber. So, you know, it's hard to be one, right? But then you also get pros from it. And then to not be one is hard because, you know, you couldn't live up to that challenge. And then, you know, maybe you're not doing or you're not following your dreams. So everything is hard in life. You just got to choose your heart and, you know, stick to it and just make things happen. So, yeah.
Well, that's really good advice, actually. I think I've heard some similar phrases to that before, but I'm gonna have to write that one down and keep that. That's really good, actually. I like
Yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. I just add my gist to it. You know, again, I listen sometimes to motivational speaking and things of that nature. I mean, some of it's cliche and you know, it is what it is, but you can always take like the scraps from it and like apply it to your own life and, you know, add your little things here and there. And yeah, that's really helped a lot, man, because everything in life is hard. You know, life ain't easy and it's not supposed to be. That's fine. You know, you just have to choose your heart, stick with it, and, you know, just follow your dreams. You know, that's the mindset that I have, you know.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And I totally understand the whole giving up on a channel thing. Like, I I want you to guess how many channels I've been a part of before. Just a
Oh,
wild
man.
guess.
I mean, I'm just channels that you've been a part of trying to get things up
Because
and
I
running.
I did I did tell you earlier that I've spent way too much time trying to learn how
No,
to make
yes,
content.
yes, yes, you did say it, and that's years. You know, that sounds like years. So I would say 11 channels. I don't.
You're right in there. It's 10 to 12. I kind of lost count.
Okay, I like. Okay, you lost count,
Yeah.
so I hit the middle. Okay, I like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
I've been making videos now for what is it? 13 years I've been at this.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yo, I
since I was
respect that,
10.
bro. You see, like, no, bro, I love that. I love that. I respect that hustle, you know, to put yourself, you know, in that position where you would last that long and you're still here, man. Props out to you, man. Shout out
Oh,
to you.
I can't
That's
tell you the
crazy, man.
hills and valleys that there was and all the different things I tried
Yo.
out. Like we started off with Lego stop motion animation is where we started off at 10 years old. And then we
Love
went into
it, man.
filmmaking for a bit, and then somehow we landed right back in the circle at Yu-Gi-Oh. So it is
Yo,
what
I
it
love it,
is.
man.
Children at
Right. I
heart.
love it, man. I love it. I love it. You know, you have all that experience now and you're putting it out there. And, you know, I love to hear stories like that because it takes a lot. And even starting as a child, you know, and having to grow up through life itself. And then on top of that, add like content creating, man, you're an MVP, bro.
Yeah, it was not an
Yeah,
easy task, but hey, man, we're here now. We're just chilling and we're having a good time.
exactly. Exactly. I love it.
I think that is something a lot of people forget too. Is like it's so hard when you're beginning to like not focus on the numbers when really that's when
Right.
you're supposed to be having fun with it.
Yeah, because the numbers grow too big. Some people become serious and things change, and me, I just want to stay organic. Again, it's all about expectations, and I had none when I started, and I keep that same mindset where like I'll just always be myself. Exactly. That's a good point you made right there. You don't want to like change because you're growing or let the ego come and get you or things of that nature. It's better to just stay even keel, let the numbers be the numbers. And yeah, first is hard, but like I said, life is hard. The mindset that I've always had, and that's what I love, the contrast between my channels. Like I have crypto channels that don't get much traction, and then I have the Yu-Gi-Oh channel that, even though it just started, is getting a lot of traction, right? So I'm like still involved in both worlds per se with the different channels, but I still keep pumping out crypto channels. You know what I mean? Because the mindset is, that I do it for myself, and then if anyone else can find value in it, then they can enjoy it as well. You know what I mean? Because if you focus on just the numbers, like, yo, I only got double digit subscribers, or okay, I just passed the triple digits, but I'm 6 months in, a year in. That's not the mindset.
Yeah, yeah.
You just need to let it come organically, and and people are gonna find you and enjoy your content, for what you do, and you should just focus. And I mean, you, not you, literally, but
Yeah,
people
yeah,
should
yeah,
focus.
yeah.
Yeah, they should focus on just putting themselves out there and just doing what they love. The rest is history.
Yeah, no, 100%. Authenticity is the best thing you can give your audience early on. If you're spending too much time just looking into how to make videos perform well and putting all these formulas to it and whatnot, yeah, you might see
Exactly.
a bit of a boost. But hey, man, once you get up to that point, and when you start trying to be yourself, it's not going to end well. So just start there from the beginning, work your way up.
Exactly. Again, on my end, I haven't done any of that. Like, no additional stuff, no trying to do this, trying to do that, no, trying to be bigger than what I am or smaller or this or whatever. No, like, it's just been organic. It's just putting myself out there. And I'm just putting out there what I already do for myself. That's the key. Some people try and do, try to fit in or do a content a specific way. Like, just do what you do best already. Just put it out there, and the world and the universe is going to take care of you, man.
Yeah, and I really do feel that in all your videos. Every time I watch it, it's just such a good, fun vibe. Like, there's some days I don't even watch it to actually watch the market because I'm like looking at my wallet and I'm like, there's nothing left in here. I'm just there for the vibes. It's just a good time. Honestly, if you guys haven't watched
Nah,
them yet,
man.
I do highly recommend it.
I really appreciate that, man. Yeah, some people that leave comments like, "Yo, you got my wallet's empty over here, man, with all these great penny stocks. I don't have any more, fresh cash to get those." And yeah, that's funny, man. That was a good one. The
Yeah,
wallet
that's
reference.
yeah. Sometimes I just save my mail for days to watch market. Like actually, I have mail cards right here right now that
Yeah,
I
I
haven't
do that.
opened
I
up
do
yet.
that too, man. I
What
do
do I
that,
even got?
I do that with the big boy market watches. When I check them out, sometimes I get my mail stacked to the side. I'm like, let me open the mail while I listen in. So I can relate, man. That's awesome.
But yeah, I just opened up one of my envelopes here, and it was like 20 copies of Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity. So we're set.
Damn, you're good. You're ready, bro, for that structure deck. I love it.
Dude, I want that card to be good so bad. I've been
It
looking at
should.
it forever, but
It should. It
ever
should.
since ever since Chaos Ruler got banned, it's just not playable. It sucks.
Right, right. But I mean, again, maybe Red Resonator, I'm not Red, but Resonator structure deck that is coming out, hopefully it could slide in there some way, somehow. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, there's your guys' card of the moment for this podcast.
Let's go. The card of the moment. Calamity. That's
Oh
a good
man.
one.
That's another thing I like is you do a lot of shorts, and there's not a lot of channels I watch where I actually like will go out of my way to watch their shorts, but I'll see the notification for yours pop up and I'm like, oh, what's a minute? It's fine.
Exactly. There's something else that I learned from my crypto channel. Again, I always pop up shorts over there just talking about the different charts and things like that. So for Yu-Gi-Oh, I come in, I'm like, man, none of these Yu-Gi tubers like ever do shorts. And if they do, they pick and choose maybe an event they're at or like something particular. But I wanted to find a consistent way just to put my shorts out there. And that's why I always find, a card of the moment and a news of the moment and things of that nature just to inform the community of what's going on. And some people like short form content. So, I just find a way to to streamline that. And yeah, a lot of people have been, providing that good feedback on that.
And it's such a good way to just fill in content too. Like if you don't want to make an entire dedicated video to just like a small piece of news, boom, you got a short for it.
Exactly, man. That's an excellent point. Yep.
Now I'm curious. Are you taking any of these shorts and putting them on TikTok or anything, or are you just sticking to YouTube?
No, I'm starting to do that recently. Cause that was actually an advice provided by Sage, which Sage is the guy that runs. He helps run the Discord, and I had him on my Fresh Friday feature not not yesterday, but the week before. And in the I always ask for constructive feedback as one of the questions to the community members, and he was like, "Man, like you should just start posting on TikTok because the traction that I've gotten there on the past has been just out of this world." So yeah, just recently I started, to let the community know that I do TikTok, but mostly for now, there's nothing new over there per se. But I just push over, the shorts from YouTube. I'm pushing them over there on TikTok as well, and soon on Instagram and just all the socials.
Oh yeah, no, definitely good to get those extra platforms. And I know plenty of
Right.
people that just despise YouTube Shorts beyond no end, but
Right,
they'll
right.
watch TikTok all the live long
Right.
day. So I mean,
Yeah, yeah. Of course. That's a great point. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to, expand per se, in the sense of the thing, but yeah, the main platform is YouTube, you know what I mean? But exactly, it never hurts to add, as many social platforms as you can just to get, myself and the content out there for sure.
oh, 100%. And I see you're also starting to look into some new content here, at least uploading a couple things. Like we got a pack opening and then a Edison deck profile of all things. Is
Yeah.
that something you plan on doing a little more consistently, or is that just kind of like a throw in here and there?
Well, actually, I had a plan, to get started with those things after I reach 1K, per se, because,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's what I had planned. But I had some community members, they were like, man, we want to see a pack opening here, there, maybe a deck profile. I'm like, let me just test the waters, you know what I mean? And of course, my channel, the algorithm, it mostly focuses on market watches, so it maybe
Oh
didn't,
yeah.
yeah, it didn't receive the traction maybe from like new people or things of that nature. But I know some people in the community really appreciated that, fresh off the press content per se. So
Hmm.
yeah, something that I plan on doing a little more often. Yeah, I have a couple of products here that I want to open on the channel, and then I also have a goat deck profile coming soon. And we're trying to mix things up, of course. I just wanted to get to that 1K, establish the community. Just let the algorithm do its thing, and then I'll try and expand and mix things up. So yeah, that's definitely in the cards for the channel coming soon.
Dope. Yeah, no, I totally get that 100%. You got content that's working for you, no reason to stray away from it yet, but splashing into the other stuff here and there is pretty cool.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, because I mean, again, like it takes a lot, to put out those market watches on on the daily per se. So trying to sneak other things in sometimes, it's time consuming, things of that nature. But they say it's always good to stick, to your niche within the niche per se. Like Yu-Gi-Oh's the niche, but then my niche is market watches. But yeah, I'll definitely try and consistently, sprinkle in deck profiles and pack openings for sure.
Oh yeah, no, that's always a good idea. I mean, that's stuff that just goes around the community like crazy anyways,
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
it's definitely see something at some point.
Exactly.
Um so and now this is just purely out of curiosity. This isn't like judging your content or anything. 'Cause I think the way that your content comes out is just fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
What kind of programs do you use for making your stuff here?
All right. Well, I just use regular old OBS to record my videos. I do run triple monitors. They're not expensive or anything
Oh.
like that, but they're 1080p. So I just got the cheapest one. They were like 100 billies each, so that really
Oh,
helps
okay.
out. Yeah, usually people go either single or dual monitors. And me in my whole life, I always ran two. But I decided, I'm like, man, let me just buy a little bit cheaper, but with great resolution and just triple it out. And it's been the best decision ever because it just helps so much, when recording and to multitask and things of that nature. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, in my case, I use again OBS to run the videos, to record the videos. I run triple monitors. I have just a Logitech camera. I think it's like C920, and then I have a RGB condensed mic. As you can see on my videos, it looks nice. I love RGB, by the way. Shout out to RGB products. With colors and everything. And then I like to, keep things simple. So yeah, not too much that goes into it.
All right. And do you I'm guessing you basically just go straight from recording to uploading then, huh? Is there any editing
Yeah,
done in between there?
straight. Nah, man, great question.
All
No
right.
editing. I don't know why. I mean, it's a pet peeve of mine, and thank God it's just working out for now because I understand the power of editing. Just to make the content more, consumable per se. Just easier to gobble down, to look at, and just adding, effects and features and editing and all that. Maybe down the line, if I could get someone, if the content eventually eventually evolves into that, great. But it's not something that I give priority at all, at least on my end. Who knows? Maybe if I would, the channel would be bigger. Maybe not. Who knows? But again, I just love like just clicking a button, recording, finishing, boom, uploading. There's no in between time. No, it just goes to the community and it does this thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's how it.
Oh yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, I mean you've got a good flow to you too, so I mean you can really just get in there and talk and not have any problems. There's a lot of people that'll get into a video, they'll hit record and then they'll stumble on themselves and have to pause for a couple seconds, and then they just don't cut it out. And every time I see it, I'm like, oh, the awkward pause.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. Honestly, I love that point that you make, because awkward pauses and things of that nature, I understand that they're gonna affect the flow of the video, and it does hamper the experience for people watching at times. But honestly, I mean, at least on a personal note, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I'll, say excuse me, or gotta catch my breath or my voice. I mean, it's like 20 to 30 minutes in the market watch, right?
Oh
And
yeah, oh yeah.
you're just constantly talking, right? So it happens. But to me, like, I just just leave like organic things, like just putting it out there as it is, no changes, no this, no that. But again, in the future, no one knows. I mean, editing does offer its pros as well, and it cleans up the content. And I definitely, every channel should consider it, in my opinion, including mine in the future. But again, at least on my end, exactly, I guess the flow helps out, and to my knowledge, it hasn't been an issue, up until now. So yeah, that's the way I do things. Yeah.
Oh, no, I still don't even think it's an issue, really. I was just genuinely curious.
No, I know. Yeah, just in general. Yeah, but I know. I'm just saying from my point of view, for people to know, because they might wonder, like, yo, so Jay, okay, he doesn't edit, and it's not an issue, or it is, or just to get the thought process going. But at least in my end, I don't do. And I know other people that also do content, they don't edit as well, but then other people do. So I mean, at the end of the day, is whatever works for everyone. And me personally, if they ask me like, Jay, you want to edit your videos in the future? Yeah, of course. But right now, and the way things are going, this is not really a priority on my end. So.
Well, hey, man, when you do need an editor, just let me know. I am definitely experienced.
No, I mean, 13 years, man, the editing is just the smallest thing per, of your resume, probably, man, because that's...
Oh, dude, I've been everywhere.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, and there's a lot of times I have to edit because I stumble on myself all the time, or like I'll get into a thought process and then be like, that's incorrect, and I have to go back and correct myself.
Right. No, I understand the power of editing, and if I could, and I would know, and I would just, like, I would use this, so I can't blame you. I mean, that is the best way to go. You know what I mean? So I totally get it.
At the same time, though, after having done it for so long, I understand why other people just don't want to. I totally get it.
It's like you get why they would
time consuming,
but then exactly, you also do get why they don't do it. Exactly.
Even just the simple stuff. Even if you just record like a 20-minute video and you're just cutting it down, man. Man. It takes more than 20 minutes to get through it. Trust me.
I can't do that, man. I can't do that. You got me on that one.
Oh man, that's definitely rough out here. Oh jeez. So I guess along that line of like editing, are there any other mistakes you see anyone else or even yourself in the Yu-Gi-Oh community making that just kind of bothers you?
No, yeah, that's a great question, man. I mean, me personally, I'm always looking to make things better, man, like including my own channel. That's why I'm always looking for constructive feedback, as I always ask over there, in the Discord and in our Fresh Friday features and things of that nature, because, I really want to change the game just to be different. And I believe that Yu-Gi tubers should be collaborating more, with each other, as we have plenty to offer, to each other's community. You know what I mean? So I've noticed that, of course, some people collab with others and things of that nature, but just more often, like me, is because I'm starting. But when I get recognized, I want to be at least weekly, at least one person, just like I would do with the community. I want to be bringing in another YouTuber and just get to talk and discussing certain cards and things of that nature, because I really believe in collabing and just having different insights, different perspectives, and different opinions. So I really enjoy that. I think that Yu-Gi tubers should be more supportive of each other, per se. And yeah, the last thing that I wanted to mention is that I see many Yu-Gi tubers that mostly talk about mainly the meta or high-end expensive cards, instead of, thinking a little bit more about the little guy, that average Joe Yu-Gi-Oh player and Yu-Gi-Oh investor that is just looking for cheap investments that can grow and become good money in the future, or that same person that is looking for non-meta relevant card prices and opportunities. You know what I mean? Like, it's good to talk about that. I do it on my channel, but that's why I call myself the penny stonker, per se, the master penny stonker, because I really really like providing those penny stonks, those cheap cards that anyone can come in, they can get for themselves, and they can plus and profit.
Oh, 100%. And I totally understand going like off meta and off the mainstream. Like on Fusion YGO, that's pretty much all we do. There's a few times where we stumble into the meta a little bit just because we enjoy the decks that are in the meta at the time. But
Right.
for the most part, we're rogue enjoyers. Like I am a whole diehard scrap guy.
Right. I love it. I love it, man. I love it. And I agree with you. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the meta or talking about the meta. Like I say, I do it on my channel. Why? Because I like to diversify and make sure I cover all the bases, at least at the minimum. But, if they would ask me, the forte of the channel is just penny stonks, just providing that value to the community. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, and meta gets so oversaturated and overdone. It's just hard for anyone to even find you because you got 20 videos right before you at bare minimum.
Exactly. That's right. That's right.
Nobody's going to that second page of the YouTube search.
No, yeah, there's always going with the big dogs, and it's fine. They're the big dogs for a reason. But yeah, and I still talk about it a little bit here and there. But exactly, we got to be different, And most people, again, those big channels, things like that, they like focusing on the competitive scene and the latest YCS and the regional tops and all that is great. All that is good and well. But the market is so big. There's so many different parts to Yu-Gi-Oh, and that's what I like. To be rogue per se, just like you, and just provide that different value than just like meta relevant content. So,
Yeah, no, and there's still good audiences for all the rogue stuff. Like all of our top videos have all been, except for the like one video of a tier limit deck profile from March this year.
Right.
All of our top videos are very rogue stuff.
Exactly.
Like there's 4 different Scrap Orcus videos in our top 5.
That's just amazing, man. When I hear that, I love it. I love rogue.
Oh yeah, no, it's such a good time. So I know you kind of touched on it earlier. How do you feel about the Yu-Gi-Oh community overall? I know you've got like your group on the channel, everyone that's always in there being supportive and whatnot, and of course the Discord. But just overall, from what you see of the Yu-Gi-Oh community, what do you think about it?
Awesome question, man. I mean, overall, I would say 90-95% just welcoming, man. Just very friendly. Easy to get going, to talk to. I love the Yu-Gi-Oh community, man. I really, honestly, that's the passion that I have for Yu-Gi-Oh and its community. Overall, you can't let a few bad apples mess up, the rest of the batch. Of course, just like within any community or in life, just dealing with people, there's gonna be, one bad apple here, another bad apple there. But that's just, it is what it is, man. It comes with the territory. No one's perfect, right? But I just love me some Yu-Gi-Oh community, man. Really, man. Like I tell my community, they're just the MVPs. Just good vibes, good comments, showing that support, that good energy, man. So overall, at least in my personal experience, not just with the channel, but even going to locals, going to events, man. Yu-Gi-Oh community to me, priceless, man, honestly.
Yeah, no, I love it too for the most part. There, of course, you do have those bad apples. They always exist no matter what community you're in. But
right.
I mean, man, even when I did my first Yu-Gi-Oh channel, the Havre Card Man, before this one, the first video I uploaded, it was crap. But everybody in the comments came in as like, yo, I love the content, I love the vibe, I love the style and everything. And I'm like, I put in so little effort into this video, and everyone's just going crazy over it.
Exactly.
And of course, after that point, that was like that was a weird spiral after that. But now I'm here. Now we're at Fusion YGO.
Yeah, that's all that matters, man. To keep going, to keep it going, man. Hey, that consistency, discipline, it pays off, man. And yeah, the community's great. You put up that video and you receive those warm responses and just the way they talk and they communicate and just with that vibe, that great vibe, great energy. It never gets old, man. It doesn't.
Oh yeah, and that's one of the biggest things people need to remember is you got to stay positive about doing this stuff. Once you give off that negative vibe, man, people are leaving. They're
Right. You have to, man. You have to stay positive, and there's gonna be negative people, out there, as they call haters, things like that. If you find some haters, that means you're doing something right. So you just got to keep that positive mindset no matter what, and and just do what you got to do. So I definitely agree with that.
Oh yeah. And once again, you definitely do seem to be really enjoying it, and I love to see that in this community. It's always a good thing.
Yeah, man. I enjoy the content that I push out. I enjoy the community that we're creating over there, and just overall the Yu-Gi-Oh community, man. It's always a pleasure. Even when I go to locals, have fun with the boys over there, it's just all smile and games and having a good time. So yeah. Again, love the Yu-Gi-Oh community.
Yep. Now, what's been your favorite part about making these videos so far on the channel? Like just about this channel in general. What's been your favorite part?
Yeah, for me, it's just been a combination of many things. I mean, like actually what we were talking about, the community and the vibes just been, off the charts for me since day one. I really like the fact that, I like to, I'm sorry, that I get the chance to express myself online. Just to find like-minded people where we can share about the same thing that we all love and just have a passion for, which is Yu-Gi-Oh. To me, that's really nice. That's really nice to be able to create such an environment, where we can all support each other, we can help each other out, we can all provide value to each other, share opinions, different thoughts, just different perspectives. That's what we want, man. We want to find a place where we can fit in, where we can share our thoughts, be heard, and just receive that welcoming, energy, that welcoming vibe where you can come here, we're going to be here for you, and vice versa. And to me, that's really been like the big thing, my most favorite part, going back to what we were talking about, just being able to share with the Yu-Gi-Oh community and provide value to it at the same time.
No, man, totally get it. And honestly, I know for a lot of us, Yu-Gi-Oh is like a second home. So having a space like this is beyond believable.
Exactly, man. It's just priceless, man, honestly.
Oh, man. Well, I think we're kind of getting towards the end here. I mean, this has definitely gone on a little bit quicker than I thought it would, but hey, nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
Of course, of course. Yeah.
Get into some stuff here before I get into my final question. Do you have any final thoughts for our fellow creators that might be listening to this podcast?
Well, yeah, of course, man. Like I said towards the beginning, if I could just, and again, I'm new to the game, just a couple of months in. The growth has been exponential, has been great. I'm grateful for it. But, in just a couple of months that I've been doing this, I've learned so much just about life, just about, chasing your dreams and putting yourself out there and not being scared, man. Fear kills, many dreams. And I was, part of that, a couple of years ago with crypto first. And, it took years for me to get over it. So I understand the battle, man, of people. There's so many intelligent, high IQ, great humans in the Yu-Gi-Oh community, and that's what I want to do. That's why I bring them onto my channel every Friday, because there's so many great people that they're just in the shadows, man. They're just, behind the curtains, maybe they're a little bit scared, a little bit of fear, a little bit. That's fine, man. We're all humans. We need to relate to each other and we need to have understanding. But at the same time, we have to have that will to put ourselves out there. It's okay, man. The world is a better place than people think. You know what I mean? And I just believe that we need to support each other. And yeah, that's just the advice that I would give to people. Just put yourself out there. Don't be scared. And, especially the Yu-Gi-Oh community, we're going to be here for you because there's just a lot of great people out there,
Oh, yeah. Super solid advice. Honestly, everything you've said today, I really got to take that. It's all been really good words of wisdom today. And you just had a lot of good stuff to say, man. I really appreciate it.
Man, thank you, man. I just love providing value on my channel and even, here on this podcast. I really thank you for inviting me and providing me the platform. And yeah, I just always love talking Yu-Gi-Oh. You know what I mean? Like about the community, about market watches, so every time I get the opportunity, I'm just happy, man. And I love to do so. So I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. No, 1,000%. And I loved having you on today. Guys, if you haven't checked them out yet, be sure to do so. I'm going to include all the links down in the description for you. So that way you can go check them out and make sure you hit that sub button. As of recording, only 12 away. You actually gained another subscriber since we started recording. Only 12 away from 1,000. By the time you hear, 2. We're at 989 now, actually. I had to refresh again.
Let's go, man. Let's get it.
Yeah, by the time you guys are hearing this, he's definitely going to be over 1,000. But man, get him on the road to 2,000 as quick as you can. We'll get there. Don't worry.
Let's go. Appreciate, man. Appreciate the support. I really do, man. I've had a blast here today.
No worries, man. Once again, thank you for coming on. And for you guys listening today, thank you so much for joining. And as always, good fun. Have luck.